Truth and Consequences by Autry J. Pruitt. This written in the American Spectator, and he's joining us right now. His title of his piece said, Republicans are refusing to be winners. Well, losers. Hey, Autry, good to have you with us, man.
Thank you, John. Happy to be on.
Now, listen, I loved your piece. That's why I had you on today. I saw it in the American Spectator the other day. And, you know, we just had Eric Trump on, and he mentioned this. This whole con thing has really got me in a tizzy because although I don't think Mr. Trump should have ever even mentioned the mother. She's grieving. Dumb, right? Bad move. Yeah. But look, the duplicity in the mainstream media is unbelievable because, as Eric Trump just said, Pat Smith was lied to by Hillary Clinton, went on stage, cried, and she got 70 seconds of airtime across all media networks as opposed to 107 hours by Khan's 7-minute speech. What's the deal?
Yeah, I agree completely with you. The bias is obvious, but what I'm a little bit more upset about, and the articles are always compressed, so you can't get the full thought in there, is that Paul Ryan, Mitch McConnell, and other Republicans seem to be ignorant of the political process. You know, I feel like we're in a larger war, and this is a major battle, if not the most major battle in that war. And in the midst of that battle, they have deserted. The problem I have is that the statement that you made, Paul Ryan and others don't seem to get. Paul Ryan seems to forget, for example, when he was running in 2011 and 2012, how the Democrats just lied, how the media came out and said Mitt Romney was a racist when they knew Mitt Romney had a multicultural family, actually, how they came out and said, Paul, you remember the commercial where Paul Ryan was throwing that granny off of a cliff?
Yes.
How they said Mitt Romney was a dog abuser? How they said Paul Ryan was racist? And he was the only Republican trying to reach out to minorities. So somehow Paul Ryan and the other Republicans, John, have forgotten that this is a political war. It's a political fight. We know that the media is against us. The voters know that the media is against us. But these politicians care more about the White House Correspondents' Dinner, cocktails, and Broadway plays than they actually do standing up for their political parties, political values, and America as a whole.
Well, look, as long as they can maintain power, maintain their majorities, have their four-corner offices, and get their big fat pensions, right?
Yeah.
Get the donor money. They don't give a rat's tail who wins this election. I mean, if you went to any of these people, Autry, right now and said, look, you've got a choice. You can either keep your meaningless seat in Congress where you basically affect nothing, or you can lose that, but Trump wins, and we're going to get a conservative Supreme Court for several generations that can save America. Pick one. Every single one of these names you mentioned, they would choose themselves. Every single one.
They would, and they are, and they already have. I look at it like this. I agree with you that one of the things I believe with Donald Trump is that he should have just left it alone. But this is a hardline war, and we are fighting. I know some of your audience members may not like this, but you're fighting winners. And Obama and Hillary Clinton, although I disagree with them immensely, they know how to come into a fight and win. Think about it. Obamacare was passed with 70%, man. 70% of the country didn't want it passed. And it went through 2 Supreme Court cases. Hillary Clinton, Benghazi, lying on emails, a rigged election. And she still got the nomination. These people know how to win. And it's time for Republican leadership to just draw a hard line and say, I'm not commenting on that. Ask Donald Trump. I support the nominee, and move along home. That's what it's time for them to do. And until they're willing to do that, there will not be elections won. Because Donald Trump, he did a lot in the primary, but he will not be able to carry the entire electorate by himself into the White House.
Well, he's not getting any help. Maybe it's time that we get rid of Ryan. You know, he's got a primary challenger August 8th.
Paul
Nealon.
Paul Nealon, that's right. I actually reached out to him last night. I'm going to be over his way. He hasn't got back to me yet, but I reached out to him and said, hey, if there's anything I can do, I'm in Texas, but if there's anything I can do, I'll come up, I'll speak, I'll press flesh. I will help you out. I 100% agree. Paul Ryan is a slithery snake. Just the way he operates. It's like he took the speakership, for example, by just, I'm graciously taking the speakership. I'm graciously coming in. I don't want it. He wanted it. He connived for it. He stabbed people in the back for it.
Oh, you're right.
All
right, here's the deal. I'm going to Janesville this weekend. You need to come up. I don't care if they just find a way up there. And I'm going to do my show there Monday and Tuesday. And I'm going to be there the weekend. And, hopefully we can get a little national news and get a little momentum. And maybe Nealon beats him. The last poll I saw, Ryan was at 43% in his own district. And he's a Speaker of the House. I mean, I found that shocking.
He's going to be canterized.
I hope so. So you need to go up there. I mean, he needs to go. You know what? Until we start, the only thing these people understand is the fear of losing. That's it. They don't care about anything else.
Amen.
Am I right?
You are 100% right. If I had I'm African American. I come from an old-fashioned black church. If I had an organ right now, I'd play it. That's 100% right. 100% right. That's the only thing they understand, and that's my single. I don't even agree. I actually happen to be a libertarian more than a Republican, and I don't even agree with everything Donald Trump is doing or says policy-wise. But the only way you're going to get change is to take that entire place and just start throwing people out of the door.
That's right.
That's the
just
way.
Throw them out.
Think about this. Harry Reid lied on the Senate floor about Mitt Romney's tax return. Then on top of that, he lied to Ted Cruz's face. Ted Cruz gets on the floor of the Senate, calls Harry Reid a liar, and all the Republicans poo-poo on Ted Cruz. These people are crazy, and Republicans need to get it together. Think about that. Republicans, I am a libertarian African American telling Republicans, you need to get it together. What the heck are they doing over there?
Well,
you said it. They want their position. They want their pensions and their government health care, because their government health care is better than the government health care we get.
Mm-hmm. All they care about, Autry, is themselves. And so that's why the John McCains of the world and the McConnells and the Ryans and every last one of them, they just care about themselves, their own power, their own donor base, and how they raise the money. These are not statesmen. And when push comes to shove, they sell out. You look at the difference, though, on the Democratic side. They want the power also together. And it's incredible. I mean, I was saying earlier, they get Sanders to basically sell out and sit there, and for a bag of gold, he sells out. Republicans couldn't get Cruz to do that.
What's amazing is this. If Sanders doesn't even believe what Hillary Clinton believes, and he sold out, we can't get Republicans to stick behind the same people that believe the same things in their own party.
It's really ridiculous.
I find absolutely crazy.
Yeah, the whole thing's a mess.
And I hope your voting audience and fans hear this, because it's not said enough. Obama and Hillary Clinton and the Clinton machine, they are winners. They are winners. And Trump is trying to teach these bozo Republicans how to be winners, and they're not listening. They're so used to losing, they're comforted by losing. They're used to just being second class. I'm starting to think that they're afraid of real leadership. Mm-hmm. That they claim, they can pass all these bills in the House, but they've never had a president yet who's going to go sign them. Because when Bush was in office, he was concentrated on the war, for 6-7 years. So really, the Republicans hadn't had a chance to pass numerous amounts of bills that a president could sign and see how their policies work. So I think they're afraid. I don't think they believe in their own policies.
You know what? You might be onto something. Remember when Newt Gingrich took over the House?
Yes, I do.
In 94. Remember the minority leader, Bob Michael?
I can't remember his name. I was younger then. I'm only 37. But I do remember. I think it was high school when Newt Gingrich.
I think it was Bob Michael. And I remember I went to Gingrich's first press conference when he was speaker, and it was at the National Press Club or something. And I remember talking to him offline because I covered him back then as I was from his district. And he said, the Michael regime, like they made a living from losing. Like their whole power base was based on staying in the minority, and they got certain things from the Democrats that they would provide them with if they kept losing. See, he said that to me in January of 95. And I think we're back in that culture now. They get their little goodie bag if they lose. And so that's kind of what their culture is.
Well, listen, the Democrats are experts at it, John. They're experts. That's what they do with the public at large. They give away goodies, and as long as individuals, as long as the blacks get their goodies, the Jews get their goodies, the Asians get their goodies, big banks get their goodies, as long as everybody gets goodies, then everybody's happy. And they're doing the same thing to the Republican leadership. Behind closed doors, they're giving them some goodies.
Yep. John McCain and Paul Ryan, and you got Senator from Virginia, Vice Presidential candidate Tim Kaine on Sunday praising Paul Ryan, saying that he likes him, he looks forward to working with him. I mean, you would think that Paul Ryan was the Democratic majority leader.
That's why I said earlier, boy, how they have short memories. Because if Paul Ryan thinks he's running in 2020, he's going to get this same treatment that Trump is getting right now. They need to get it. That's why I don't know anything about being speaker. I don't know what it takes. Maybe it's a stressful job. But Paul Ryan is the most ignorant politician I have seen in a long time. I mean, he is just outright ignorant. Donald Trump's not a politician, not a critic. He's been a politician for 15 months. Paul Ryan has been in that office for 18 years and it is just ignorant, or he's really, really smart and he's fooling everybody. I think that is Wisconsin's first district. He's fooling everybody in Wisconsin's first.
Time for him to go. All right, maybe I'm going to see up there, Autry. Thanks for being with us.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
All right, man. You want more information, you can read Autry Pruitt. That's Autry Pruitt, Pruitt. I'll be right back.